Ooh. We're back. Part two. Hopefully we don't hit a wall with this. So let's, or hit a copyright. Um, that's Rihanna Sledgehammer with Sia writing that. So let me go back to D Space Nine for a moment. And I just want to, can we do that? Thank you. Things I want to do. And let me view that. I wanted to show the ceiling really quick for D Space Nine, and then we're going to go through the ships from the past. Let me take a look at the ceiling. Oh, that's neat. So that's the ceiling up, and you can actually kind of go all the way around. This is like a 360 view. You can look at this all in 360. That's neat. So yeah, so that's what the D Space Nine promenade looks like. I did ask Otoy a question: is where is Cisco's office? So hopefully we get an answer soon about that. Let's look at the other ships and other things. All right, it's my first time getting onto this website. This is roddenberry.x.io, and so we are looking at different things here. Let us see. Um, I don't think we can view it. This is Starship Enterprise XCV 300, 330. So this is production artwork. Can we get in there? Is there, holy shit, there's stuff in here. Hold on. Oh, wow. What are we looking at here? This is wow, this is neat. So can you see all of that? I think the answer is yes. Okay. Let's see if I can color correct here. Yeah, this is the inside. So it's a prototype ship, right? It's got this weird kind of like a almost like an eclipse ceiling here. Yeah, that's neat. So this is the prototype ship that I guess it's not Zephram Cochrane yet, and it's kind of after. So I guess if you wanted to throw a narrative on this, this could take place during the time of like uh what is it? What is that movie? Um what is it? 2000 to 2020? What is that movie? I forgot the name of the movie. Oh my god, I forgot the name of it. Um but it's the movie where there's a movie that you have Gary Lockwood and you have other actors. It's uh it's that kind of movie where you're going out into space the first time, and then there's the 2010, the year we make contact. But I'm trying to think of the name of the movie. Is it the year 2000? No, it's not. Made in 1969. This is great. So I like this one. I like the weird tie dye. I don't know what this is about, but that's that one. Space Odyssey movie kind of thing going on there. But it's that kind of. It's 2100. So if I get to live to be 120 years old, I could see a ship like this. So this is production art. So that's this one. Then we get to NX. So there's actually a Delta ship, right? That's the one that Archer, as a kid, and his dad paint. I'm surprised that's not in here. I'm surprised that's not in here, even as a model. The Delta Flyer, which is a triangle ship, which is very similar looking to the Romulan Warbird from the original series. So I'm pretty sure that we're going to see the bridge to this. So let's go ahead and take a look. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look at that. So this is Archer's ship, right? Let's darken a little bit. Yeah, this is the 2000. This is like inside a submarine, right? And here is the ceiling, which has a web spidery look to it, because we don't look at ceilings very often. We just look at the what's below the ceiling. We definitely saw a lot of that ceiling in the battle with the Zindi or the battle with the Suliban. Um, I like that ship went through fucking hell. Because in previous ones, I mean, I guess the Defiant went through some of that, but it wasn't until you got to Enterprise you saw a really wrecked ship going through hell. I mean, yesterday's Enterprise probably, and maybe the Enterprise C, but yeah, look at that. That's neat. That's Archer's ship. You can see every detail in there. That is something. uh, Linda Park, who's been a very sweet human being, has tolerated my requests for messages. I think that's her station right there. You can see it. Um, I don't know when and if you can like just walk around the bridge, but it's always a good idea to do that. There's more here. You can see a little bit. You can see this looks like Dr. Flox's stuff. To be honest, I don't know what that's doing here. All right, let's go back. Go back to timeline. Back to timeline, please. Thank you. Let's go to, this is the NX-01, Broken Bow. This is Terra Prime. Okay. This is a 4-year difference. So it's the same ship, but 4 years later. So this is the end of the series. What is the difference? Oh my God, there is a fucking difference. There is a difference. Let me see if I can adjust my screen here to kind of properly put this better. Yeah, it's in the flooring. Do you see? Let me take a look at the ceiling. Ceiling's the same, maybe a little brighter. But yeah, it's the floor. We don't pay attention to these things. We think, oh, it's the same damn thing. Why is it? What's the difference? It's like the floor is different. The floor is different. They took away some of the yellow displays, the yellow screens. This is the same. They took out the yellow displays. So that's gone. Some things have been replaced. They have more sophisticated monitors here. This is, yeah, look at that. So there is a significant difference. That is neat. I mean, this is more sophisticated than the ships before. This is the 2000s show. So you're going to see a lot more detail in a small ship. This is really neat. Okay. Close that one. Back to timeline. So that's that one. Okay. This is 2161 Star Trek Picard. This is the NX-01 refit. Now, this was seen as an Easter egg. Obviously, I don't think we went into the ship. I'll be surprised if we see a fucking bridge. Can we do that? Nope. Back to timeline. Back to timeline. Well, let me see the design here at least. Yeah, you see they added the extra stuff in here. Yeah, it goes in between. And I think the Columbia had a silver looking saucer in sections. So that's that one. Didn't think we are going to see that. Okay, now this is Star Trek is. This is the launched. So this is 2245. I'm assuming this is Pike's ship. This is not oh no, this is not Pike's ship. Let me see what this is. Oh yeah. You know what this is? This is when John Delancey explained this. The concepts and ideas for what the Enterprise was going to look like, for what Star Trek was going to be. The very principle of Star Trek. So I'll show you a little bit better here. And we can look at the ceiling. Very simple because it wouldn't be that complicated. Look at that. It's like gigantic. It's even gigantic than the... it kind of reflects the motion picture a bit better than the original series. Because the mind, a terrible thing to waste, right? The mind goes so far and does so much, but it's so simple. Look at that. Look at the simplicity of it. That is something. That is, I mean, it's one thing to watch a video, but then to see it for yourself and see it in the way it's done. These are all CGI reproductions. Okay, we're not looking at like the set. We're looking at things that have been fabricated on a computer. Now we're getting to the cage. We're getting to the cage. Oh my God! Here we go. Let's look at the cage. We have to look at this. Expand. There is Pike's ship. This is Pike's ship. This is 1964, right? On the cusp of 1966. Look at that. Amazing stuff. Let's see. Let's go look up. And we have no overhead light, so there's no lighting there. So all the lighting is from somewhere else. Other lights are somewhere else. Very simple. Let me see. I'm pretty sure that the answer is yes, but yeah. So over here you have the desk lamp viewers. Those are the desk lamp viewers. They took some desk lamps from 19. They went to Whitefront or some department store in the 60s and just like threw those lamps on the counters. There you go. We saved money and we made it look like science fiction because that's what they wanted to do, is save money. So that is Pike's ship, which are these battleship colors. Very, very cool. That was advanced. I mean, back then in 1960s, that was something. To do that. This is Star Trek Discovery ship. Oh my God. I guess I'm not a huge fan of this. Let's take a look. This is from 2020, I think. Yep, you can already tell. You can already tell because it's the same timeline, everyone. Because back in 1965, we could have created something like this. Hell no, you wouldn't. Not even in a cartoon. Imagine if you tried to propose this idea in 1965. Look at this. Look at this. Look at these spiral lights here. These circular lights. That is this hurts my head to look at it right now. But, could you imagine that if you even as an animated show, you show this to Bankin and Rass, who did like some of the Frosty the Snowman, right? The cartoons. They're like, what is this? Oh, it's going to be our Star Trek cartoon show. Like, our animators cannot do this. This is too much. Like, you need to make it simple. Like, they would never be able to come up with this stuff in 1965. There's no fucking way. Anyway, I'm just being a dumbass, but there you go. Like, let's close that. Back to timeline. And let's see. Strange New Worlds. This is 2259. 2-year difference. This is for the show. We're going in the 2020s perspective of the future, everyone. Can we expand? Oh, look, it's redder. It's less blue. So I guess Star Trek Discovery to this made a big old jump. Look at that. I mean, I will say it does look good. We still have the dizzying lights, I think. Yeah, we still have the dizzy lights up there. So much damn light. So much light. Everything has a 3D feel to it. And yeah, it's not, this is not the 1960s. Really not. And look at that widescreen view screen. You could tell already. They were trying to take inspiration from J.J. Abrams, right? So that's that one. There's the captain's chair. Back to the timeline. And what do we got here? Where no man has gone before, 2265. So we're supposed to believe that 6 years have passed, right? We've seen this complicated Pike ship, and we're supposed to believe that in between the cage and this, that of course, no, we decided to go simple. I mean, it's simple because it was 1960 something. Of course, it was simple back then. What mind could conceive of the design of the bridge from a 2020 perspective in 1960 something? Look at this. Look at this. And no lighting except from around, so there's not as much lighting. But this is the iconic Star Trek bridge. and it changes a little bit as each year passes. 3 seasons. I still remember there was a bit. I don't know if we can find it, but there is a bit in uh, Star Trek. In what is it? Let me see if I have it. This is where they take everything away. They're moving everything. It's like this stuff's got to go. Stuff's got to go. Yeah.
Captain's log. Final entry. We have tried to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before. And except for one television network, we have found intelligence everywhere in the galaxy. Live long and prosper. Promise.
All right. Yeah, so that it reminds me of that skit from SNL from the 70s in which uh, they were trying to reflect upon the cancellation of the show, and they just took the set apart like it was nothing. I think I heard one time for the Batman 1960 show that they just bulldozed the whole fucking set. So here is Galileo 7. That's 2266. Does that look any different? Let's find out. Expand. And yeah, it's a little livelier. It has more like screens and shit. Now keep in mind that we're not looking at like real TV screens. They didn't have real small TVs or anything like that. You could show some animation with this with a you can impose a TV screen in post production to show like, oh look, there's a TV screen that shows a monitor showing something, right? Like the famous the tri-screen viewer in the captain's ready room, right? But that was about it. Like you didn't like you had light bright looking screens, and also this was like for the Defiant too, when they had that conflict going on. So yeah, we'll go on for about 6 more minutes here, but yeah, this is so neat. Back in the 1960s, this was advanced shit. And here we have the Doomsday Machine, 2267 or 1967. This is where the captain, what's his name, lost his ship, lost the Constellation. It got destroyed. Look how bright and colorful that is. It had more color, more things going on. So all these lights up here. I don't think those were there before, all the multiple colors. I mean, you just notice these things. Yeah, it's like if your grandparents are like, hey, they changed the set a bit. No, they didn't. It's the same. It's like, no, I tell you, they changed it. They changed the look, you know? And I think that blue glow is new, right? That was like changed over time. I mean, the little details. So, I mean, it's the natural progression. They change it. If you have a budget, if you make money off the last season, you can spend the money to put a better set, better bridge. Let's see what this one is. So we have in truth is there truth in beauty? So this was the one where Spock could get blinded. Expand. Expand. Oh my god, look at this one. Look how bright it looks. Remember how dark it looked? This is brighter. Much brighter. Look how complex it looks. The chairs. I forgot to check where Spock's viewer is. Spock always has that viewer to look at everything. Let's take a look at that ceiling. The ceiling is brighter now. Isn't that? Much brighter. Yeah, these little differences. I mean, it's like night and day between Pike's ship from the cage and then this one. I wish they had put the viewer there. Or maybe I think it's set back there and off to the right. I think we missed it, but yeah, that was the little viewer. Back to timeline. Let's go down. This is Beyond the Farthest Star. Oh, the animated series, right? They did show the animated series one. Let's take a look. This is the animated series one. Now, it's kind of strange because it looks realistic, but then it kind of doesn't, because this was only in animated form. So they actually went out of their way to design this, even though you had limited animation, limited cells, and limited backgrounds. Uh, yeah, this was like a few years after it got canceled. And this is a new thing right here, this little overhead. So they added new things. Yeah, this is the 70s. That's a disco ball we just saw right there. You can ring my bell. Yeah, 70s stuff. Let's go back to timeline. And here to take us out of our realities here is 2270 Star Trek Planet of the Titans. Oh no, you know what? I know what this is. Oh, I know what this is. This is phase 2. Uh oh my god. Let's take a look. Wow, look at that. Look at this. What is this? What is that? It's like an observatory up there. Yeah, this is from a book, I think, right? And they took this design for Discovery, but it's like, look at that. That is something. There's a it's this looks like, actually, you know what? It kind of looks like the design for um the Protostar. Close, a little bit like the Protostar. Uh, 2271 Phase 2. This is the Phase 2 version. Now, never happened. I think the actors were tired of each other, to be honest. What is it? It was William Shatner versus everyone else, as George Takei once said. Okay, this is the 70s. This is disco ball time here. I still remember the outfit McCoy wore. We'll look at one more and then we'll wrap it up. But wow, look at that. Let's look at the ceiling. That's the ceiling. That is super neat. I feel like I'm like back to being a baby again. This is so neat. Look at this. The cold white, the sort of slightly isolated atmosphere, claustrophobic here with all this stuff. What is that? What does that glass ball do there? What is that about? I don't know. Look at that thing. What does that thing do? Holy shit. So I guess in a lot of ways, Space 1999, the animated series, kind of replaced the missing link of what was going to happen with Star Trek in the 70s. And I think Gene Roddenberry could have bought it for $50,000 back into his fold. Probably should have done that. Anyway, we'll look at the last one for tonight. Here we have the NCC 1701 from the motion picture. Let us take a look. We'll edit this tonight, and then we'll look at the rest tomorrow. Oh, here we go. This is it. This is the 1970s, 1980s. There we go. Look at all this. And I think they took the same ideas from Phase 2 and just stuck it in here, but with darker colors, darker palette, more detail. That is neat. And look at this. Look at this vector graphics viewer. Let's take a look at the ceiling. The ceiling has a green. This is pretty similar to the Reliant, and I think the Enterprise itself. Later on in Wrath of Khan. Yeah, this is so great. So that's it for now. We'll look at some more ships later on. I don't know how far Otoy is going to go. They do have pictures of the deck. Let's not do that fluctuating shit. And yeah, this is like a trip through time. We're going forwards and backwards to go forwards, and then backwards to go forward, but to back up and go forward again. Does that make sense?